What happens when a shy loner takes the bold step to change his life, only to cross paths with the most mysterious girl in class? The manga begins with a school building. RMC says, "It is a new school year, and this year I will change myself. To leave behind my life of solitude. The most important piece. He wants to make new friends, because he doesn't have any yet. For that reason, choosing his seat is a pretty big deal. Everything after that depends on this." So he took his first step, decided to take the seat, and placed his bag on it. Then, he saw a girl glancing at him. He says, "What?" She replied, "Nothing, never mind." With a cute voice she asked, "Do you want something?" But he replied, "Nothing." In his mind, he wanted to say something to the girl. So he told her, "The seats in the back are the best, right? It feels so much more relaxed." The girl said, "And we're also far away from the teacher." That may not be true after all. Yeah, you're right, all places are the same. The girl kept staring at him, so intently. He thought, maybe striking up a conversation with this person was a mistake. So he decided to change his seat. But suddenly the girl says, "You're not gonna sit down?" He gently replied, "Sorry about that." RMC was acting curious and lame, so he panicked. He sat down in front of her, and thought, I won't be able to talk to her. The girl looked quite shocked, and after some time she said, "Hey, you wanted to sit back here?" He panicked while saying, "No, that's not it. I'm sorry. I was only staring into space while standing here. Don't worry about it." Now our boy started to think, I made her angry? She seems somewhat gloomy, and scary also. Even though our MC tried his best to talk, he gave an awful impression. Just then, the teacher entered the class. At that time he saw a girl stand up and introduce herself. "I'm Tuko Sasaki. Please treat me well." The teacher said, "Welcome to Year 2 Class B. Would anyone like to volunteer to be class representative? We have a rule that forces me to choose two people, a boy and a girl. This is my first time as a teacher, and I'm not great at choosing between people. If we have any candidates, it would save me a lot of trouble." Our boy sensed an opportunity. As expected, no volunteers. In that case, this is my only chance to change myself. Now, he raised his hand and said, "I would like to volunteer." But he didn't look confident. The teacher said, "Wonderful. Looks like it's already settled. You two over there are now elected." Confused who the second one was, he turned his head. He saw Sasaki raising her hand too. The teacher appreciated both of them. That's it for now. Next up, explaining the class schedules. Meanwhile, he didn't expect Sasaki to volunteer, but perhaps that's not a bad thing. If he took advantage of this situation, maybe he could be friends with her. He quickly turned his head and said, "Sasaki, let's do our best as class counsel." Glancing at him, she replied with a calm tone, "Good luck." After saying this, she left the classroom. He thought, maybe I surprised her a bit, perhaps I got a little too familiar with her, maybe I was wrong, but at least I didn't leave a bad impression. He imagined voices in his head. "What's with you? You're getting over familiar with her." Now the school day was about to end. A lot happened, but he was feeling pretty good. In his head, this is my first time as a student representative. I have to do my best to change myself. He was feeling confident. As he sat on his chair, stretching casually, he felt his hand grab something soft. He turned to look, and realized his hand had accidentally touched Sasaki's chest. His face turned red, and he started to panic. Meanwhile, Sasaki's expression was cold, hard to read. She simply said, "The teacher wants you to go see her after this." And then she walked out of the classroom. He sat there trembling. That was the worst impression. The scene shifted to our MC and Sasaki sitting at a desk. He was thinking, we're student representatives starting today, but due to some reason, we're already in the middle of an emergency meeting, facing each other across a single desk. He said, "This is something I learned on my way back home yesterday. The teacher informed me that if no one stepped up as student representative, she'd rely on me." It was something like that. RMC looked confused. It was by chance that I volunteered at the same time she did. In his head, he was thinking, she won't even look me in the eyes. After what happened last time, was it a good thing? Or a bad thing? The next day, the teacher entered the class and announced, "Today, these two are our student representatives. However, since this was only just decided, I think it would be great if everyone helped them. Now, who wants to be class president?" A girl raised her hand, and volunteered. The teacher said, I know this sucks, but you'll need to meet for a little bit after school to discuss this matter. He thought, this teacher is seriously laid back. Not to mention, this is the first time I've sat face to face and spoken to Sasaki like this. Even in their conversation, they hardly exchanged a few words. Tobata confidently declares that he became a student representative by his own choice. But Sasaki quickly counters, saying the role should go to someone truly deserving. She admits she only volunteered because she wanted to change herself, to learn how to handle responsibility. Then, looking straight at Tobata, she tells him, you don't seem like a good candidate. That stung. Tobata felt it as a direct attack on his dignity. His voice grew tense as he snapped back, what did you say? But Sasaki, calm and collected, simply asked, did I strike a chord? Tobata denied it, saying it was nothing like that. But inside he was caught off guard, wondering why she was suddenly challenging him like this. Then, in a bold move, Sasaki stood on her seat, leaning close to Tobata's face. Look me in the eyes, she demanded. Tobata froze. Sweat rolled down his face as he tried to avoid her piercing gaze. But Sasaki didn't let up. Being able to seriously look someone in the eyes and actually hold a real conversation, shouldn't you at least be able to do that? Blushing, Tobata admitted, I can't. That was when Sasaki declared, I think I would be a better fit for class president. With a cold expression, Tobata shot back, I already knew it was that kind of position. And I thought, I also want to do it. That's why I volunteered myself. The two of them clashed right there in the meeting, arguing back and forth over who should lead the class. Meanwhile, their teacher? Completely asleep, unaware of the heated battle happening right in front of him. When the meeting ended, both Sasaki and Tobata approached the teacher, still determined. Sasaki spoke first, both of us want to become class president. The teacher, half awake, simply shrugged. If it's settled between you two, I don't really care. They never said it had to be just one person. And with that, we're done here. Thank you for your time. As they left, Sasaki finally revealed the truth. She told Tobata she was fine with either of them taking the role. Puzzled, Tobata listened as she explained, there are going to be many things we'll have to do together from now on. And we'll need to interact with more people too. That's why I believe, if someone's bad at socializing, it will only make things more troublesome. She explained, I want you to get used to me. With that being the case at the very least, Tobata replied, I'll do my best shot. In his head, he thought, I have to make sure that I don't cause unnecessary trouble for her. Sasaki has a gloomy air around her, but she's actually not shying away from things. Further, he said, let's do our best as the class council together. Guys, I put a lot of effort into creating these kinds of amazing stories for you. And if you don't subscribe to my channel yet, I don't know what's wrong with you. Thanks for watching and take care.